Okay, guys, this is DrShiny here, and we're going to be playing the DayZ-Mod for Arma 2. And actually, what kind of confused me at first when I was trying to actually play this game, this is actually two mods on top of an expansion. So there's the original Arma 2, and then to play DayZ, you have to have the expansion pack. Which you just buy it all at once. It's a lot cheaper. It's the combined operations. And then you also have to have two mods. And the mods that you download first are the original DayZ, which you know is the zombies and the Chernaris map here and all. Well, I think Chernaris is in the actual original game. But the second mod that you have to have is Epoch. And what Epoch allows you to do is like build bases, and it also has a few more vehicles. Makes it kind of more interesting. So there's more vehicles and a lot of other random stuff that's added in, like traders, where you can like sell stuff that you find and buy new stuff. So I really like the Epoch mod because it kind of makes the experience a little bit more dynamic, especially if you're just like single player. If you've got like a bunch of friends or a clan or something, you might actually prefer to not play on the Epoch servers because it just seems a little bit more realistic, where you can't actually make bases and stuff. But I don't know, when you're single player, you don't want to... The cool thing about making bases is that you can put like combination locks on your stuff, and that way, even if you die, you can still save some of your progress by going back and finding your base where you've got your stuff locked up. But you do lose pretty much anything that you had on you, or like like if you crash in a vehicle, all that stuff's gone. Sometimes you can find your body, but I wouldn't bet on being able to do that. So, yeah, so I already actually have a base set up in this map. My base is pretty far up north. But I did just die trying to salvage an MV-22 with warthogs. And, so I basically have started over from scratch, and your loadout when you start in a server kind of depends on the server, but what I have started with here is actually a really forgiving loadout. I've got something to eat, some sardines, and water bottles, painkillers, 2 bandages, a pistol. One of the things that I would recommend, and a toolbox, which is great. But you can't actually, some servers with the toolbox will allow you to deploy a bicycle. You build like a little bicycle, but this one doesn't let you do that. But one thing I would recommend with this gun is you're like, oh yay, a gun right off the bat. That's so overpowered. But it's really, really not, because the second you fire a shot from the gun, zombies are going to come running from everywhere, and you're not going to have enough ammo to kill all the zombies that you attract with your gunfire. And it's actually really kind of difficult to kill zombies with guns because they pretty much, most of the zombies will die in one headshot, but you'll kind of see that the zombies are really glitchy in this game, so it's really hard to hit them in headshots unless they don't even know you're there, and you kind of just... Okay, we got a server restart in 15 minutes. Unless they don't even know you're there, you're really going to have a hard time hitting headshots. And so if you hit body shots, sometimes it'll take, with this little pistol, it'll probably take like 5 or 6 shots, like a full clip each zombie, which is kind of wasteful. And like I said, every shot you fire is going to attract massive zombies to you. So it's best at this stage, really, when you just have this gun, to just run if you see zombies. You can outrun them. Actually, the best way to outrun a zombie is running through, like, a building, because the AI's, like I said, a little glitchy, and when you're inside a building, zombies have to kind of walk. They can't really run after you. So they kind of get stuck, because you can run inside a building. So I'm going to look around in this barn. What I really want is a melee weapon, because the melee weapons are... Yes, perfect. Alright, found one. The melee weapons are much, much better, and the inventory is a little glitchy here. But the melee weapons, like an axe, are one-hit kills on most zombies. There's a few of them that take 2 or 3 hits occasionally. There's some ammo, but I don't want it. So, I'm really excited for the standalone version of DayZ, but it's going really slow, so I'm kind of biding my time with the mod version, which is very, very far from perfect. It's, full of bugs. But it's still fun, really fun to play. As long as the bugs don't hit you at, like, the exact wrong time, where it, like, clears your inventory out or something like that. Which it can do. And the inventory system in the mod is just horrible. It is so not intuitive. So, like, let me show you how you kind of navigate this. Alright, so you have 2 slots up here where you can hold binoculars. The reason you have 2 slots is because, I mean, you can just fill them both with binoculars, I guess, but that's kind of stupid. What you really want is to find, like, some night vision goggles and, like, maybe a rangefinder, so you have 2 different kinds of scopes to use. And then you can also hold 1 large weapon and 1 small weapon down here. But now the thing that kind of confused me at first is that you can only hold ammo for the large weapon in these inventory slots up here. In these 12 inventory slots. This is also where most of the items that you find will be stored, like cans and stuff. And as you can see, all this stuff has to be stored up here. I can't actually move that stuff down into these slots. They have to stay up here in this part of the inventory. This is my backpack, which can store items, and we'll get there in a minute, but let me finish explaining the rest of the inventory. So this is where your secondary gun goes, and it's got to be, you know, smaller, like a pistol. Some submachine guns will fit in there. And your ammo for the pistol only goes in these 4 slots here. So, for some reason, also bandages are stored down here, and a couple of other random items, but the easy way to see, like, which inventory an item gets stored in, just pick it up and see where it goes. So I'm going to drop this. So I just dropped that out on the ground, and that was probably a mistake because they have a tendency to glitch out. So there it is. So when I bring that into my inventory, and I just do that by, see, when it's on this side, the number's on this side, it means that it's on the ground. And when it's on this side, it means it's in my inventory. So I have 1 already in my inventory, and I have 1 on the ground here. So if I click this arrow, it'll bring it from on the ground to in my inventory. And you see it already went into the ammo cache for the secondary weapon here. And there's nothing I can do to actually make the bandages go into these inventory slots here. So for some reason, they're just stored differently than these items are. Okay, so now on the bottom here, these slots, these are toolbox items, or tool belt items, I should say. So I have a hatchet in my tool belt here, but you can actually use the hatchet as your primary weapon if you right-click and say remove from tool belt. And then now, of course, the axe is my primary weapon, which is really good because it really hacks through zombies. But yeah, so down here is where all your tool belt items go, and again, you can't use this storage space for anything but tool belt items like a compass, a map, a GPS, those kind of things, or you know, machetes and things like that as well, which you can use for building bases. So that's pretty much it for that. One other thing is the pack, and you can trade these out. So if I do that, I don't have a backpack anymore. I've just released it on the ground, and my luck, it glitched out of existence. Yeah, it looks like it did. So there goes my backpack. Oh wait, there it is. Ah. Okay, so we're gonna take it. Alright, so when you have a backpack, and you can only carry one, but if you click open bag, so this is really kind of confusing, but when you click open bag here, you're actually inside your backpack. So what and you can see it says Alice Pack 20 of 20. And that means you have 20 spots open of 20 spots total. It tells you how much you have open. And it's important to pay attention to that, because what you'll see is I can put stuff into the bag. So before I had the bag open, this was just putting stuff on the ground. But now it's actually putting it into the bag. And you can see that the storage available on the bag is going down. So I can put the gun in there. And now the gun took up a couple spaces, not just one. Oh look, a zombie. Hold on. So I killed him pretty quickly. He snuck up on me. Didn't even hear him. So, and that's cool though, because I can actually show you something else with inventory. So, notice though that you can't really see where stuff is. You don't see the inventory of the bag over here. You just basically put stuff in it. So I've got the bag open again, and so I'm gonna put the can of sardines in the bag, and the water bottle, and the painkillers. So I've pretty much just emptied everything. You can keep the tool belt items because you really only have one of those, and this storage can't be used for anything else. So yeah, if there's stuff you're not using in your regular inventory, you can just probably slip it in the bag. But oh, another zombie, and he hit me. Why aren't they making noise? Okay, so, alright, so let me show you something. So if you go up to a zombie and you click gear, or you go into your inventory while you're on the zombie, you'll see what the zombie is holding. So he's got one bandage on him, and this is my inventory, of course. So I'm going to move that bandage from his inventory into mine. But now, actually, I'm going to show you something else, too, because I'm going to put it back on the zombie. Now, here, when I'm in a zombie's inventory, if I open my bag, you can actually see what's inside the bag. It'll show you the bag storage. So, when you're looking at when you're looting something, the inventory system works a little bit differently, which is really confusing. But so now, instead of dropping stuff on the ground when I press this left arrow here, I'm actually putting stuff on the zombie's inventory. So I'm going to take everything off of the zombie. So I've got all 3 bandages in my bag here. But now something that's important to notice is that when you're in the zombie's inventory, I can't drop stuff on the ground. So anything I drop is going to actually go into the zombie's inventory. It's not actually going to go on the ground. So, you know, if you want to hide some stuff for a little while on a dead body, I don't know that I would really recommend that, because the bodies will disappear after a little while. But you know, that's just kind of how the inventory works. It'll be really confusing for you at first, but you get the hang of it pretty quick. Yeah. And you see that, yeah, most of these zombies will just fall with one hit. It's just a matter of actually hitting them, because they're kind of glitchy. And you're going to see I'm not going to be really thorough about checking what these zombies have, because I don't really need most of this ammo that they're going to drop. So this is one that doesn't die in just one hit. Let's see what he has. He has a can of beans, so that's cool. So I'm going to open my bag and put it in there. And you notice I unequipped my my gun because I don't even really use it. So you don't want to try to attack other players with a hatchet because 1 or 2 gunshots and you're dead, so you'll never have time to even get near them. He has nothing. So that's really where guns come in handy. Let's see if I can kill this chicken. Gotcha! Alright, so... Oh, you can't... Oh, well, that's sad. I wouldn't have killed it if I couldn't have got food. If I'd have known. So there's a shotgun, but they're kind of a dime a dozen in the mod version, so I'm going to leave it. And there's a can of unknown stuff and some glow sticks. I generally try not to eat the unknown stuff because it'll make you sick, or it has a chance to make you sick. Well, you'll need antibiotics. There's some painkillers. I might as well take those. There's all kinds of different status problems. So you can see over there on the right side of the screen, you have the top one with the gun there is telling you, I believe, I haven't really figured that one out. I think it's telling you when you're in combat, like technically in combat, because you can't log out when you're in combat. Ooh. Oh, and I just broke my leg. Ow. Okay, so let me see what I can do here. I'm not dead, but I did break my leg, as you can see by the little bone over there. So let's go in my bag. Let's get out. I don't think this will work, but I'm going to try to get out some painkillers and use them. Did I use them? I used them, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to walk, which really sucks. I can roll. You can see here. That really sucks though, because now I can't get up. So what I'm going to have to try to do is see if I can find some morphine. And if I find some morphine, it will fix, and the server is about to restart. So what we'll do is kind of find a little spot over here to hide in. This is a pain, a major pain. So we're going to roll over into this bush. And kind of hidden. And we're going to log off for the restart so we don't lose all of our stuff in a glitch. But we're off to a great start with a broken leg, so we'll see you after the restart.